Morning. All right, this is the commute to my office. So literally I can count 1, 2, like I can probably count to 30 and we'll be at the office by now. So if you ever wonder what a millionaire real estate investor drives, it's a Toyota Corolla. Now the one I have is actually special edition. It's 2011. They only made like 8 million of these in the world. It's so rare, right? But I honestly love this car. I've driven it since high school and I've never seen the need to get like a brand new fancy car, right? And for me, honestly, I love the process more than I do the luxuries, I guess. So honestly, I don't know. You know, people have bugged me all the time about getting a new car, but I just don't think it's necessary. So this is actually a book that I'm starting today. It's by a guy named Jack Welch, who's, by the way, one of the greatest CEOs in American history. It's a book called Winning, and my partner Kevin Tuttle actually recommended me this book. But while we're on it, why don't I kind of just explain to you all the books I'm reading right now. Another book I'm reading is called Tribal Leadership, and this book is all about building culture within an organization. And honestly, I read a statistic that the average CEO in America reads 60 books a year, and they average $10 million a year in salary. So when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm only reading like 5 or 6 books a year. And so I started this habit about a couple years ago of spending an hour of my day in the morning reading books so I can cultivate ideas, be more efficient, and be more creative for the rest of my day. So Tribal Leadership's one. Another one is Uncommon Thoughts About Commonly Held Beliefs. Another one, obviously, Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. Another really good one is I've been enjoying it. I'm like halfway through it, but it's by a guy named Vinny Chopra. It's called Apartment Syndication Made Easy, and I've been loving it. I've been really digging it. And of course, last but not least, the first book that I picked up, the Holy Bible. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't have time to read, Daniel. I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to do that. Well, one of the easiest ways you can do it is Audible. Now, the way I do it typically is I read a chapter in each book every morning, but after I'm done, I write down, right? So I have a notepad right here in my desk, and I write down all the ideas and concepts that I've got just by reading and just figuring out what I could incorporate to my daily life and how I can make myself more effective, more productive, more efficient. Welcome back to week 2. This is the overview of what we're going to cover this week in the DCC Deal Closer Challenge. Now, this is pertaining to if you're a real estate, how to set up the right legal entity. Come on in. All right, let's do it. So you're probably wondering, well, why is this guy working out literally in the middle of the day? Weirdo, right? Well, actually, I used to work out like in the mornings and I used to work out at night, but I kind of found myself not having a whole lot of energy throughout the day, especially because for me, I have like pretty much ADHD and I have to move around like all the time, and I have to take a break like every 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So this one time I actually tried working out like literally in the middle of the day before lunch. You know, get to the office at 9, get a lot of my reading and a lot of my research done, and then work out. And I actually found it to be like a really nice little break to get my energy going, to move and just not be in the office for 8 hours straight. So for me, this is just what works for me. All right, so guys, I just got done working out. I'm actually about to go have lunch with my attorney to kind of see how he's doing. But actually, one of the things that I do when I work out that I think it's just been really helpful to me and it's very efficient. I really got into like Tim Ferriss like 2 years ago. So I started doing this thing where, you know, when I work out, I listen to audiobooks, but more so like market news, what's happening out in the market, educational real estate investing content, some really good YouTube channels for real estate investing content. Obviously, our channel, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit that like button. But other channels are like Joe Fairless is a good friend of mine, Ken McElroy, he puts out a lot of really good stuff. But I listen to that, and also in between sets, I'll do one text message and one email in between sets. So I'm resting, but I'm also getting my emails done and my text messages done. So I actually just got done with all my texts and all my emails for the day, just literally within that workout. And I typically knock out 20, 30 emails and texts while I'm in there. So really good stuff. I recommend every entrepreneur, anybody who's busy. It's been super helpful to me, and it's honestly just been a game changer. All right, so let's go ahead and change, and let's go have lunch with the attorney. I just had lunch with my attorney. It was crazy. We talked about conspiracies, we talked about the Federal Reserve, the economy. What did you think, Nick?
That was a pretty informative conversation.
Right?
You know, I thought I was good on my conspiracy theories, but Michael is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, so I'm kind of late to my next meeting, which is the Flowmatics founders meeting. So I'll have to text Sam, tell him I'll be a little late. But all right, on with the day. All right, cool. So I actually just got off the phone with my partner who sent me a text literally while we were at lunch with Michael, my attorney. Says, hey man, give me a call. I got some good news. So the good news was that we actually acquired another potential investor. And not only that, but there's actually a group that we may be able to present some of our deals and our investment opportunities to. So that's really awesome, considering that at 4 o'clock today, which is literally like an hour and a half from now, I'm speaking to 2 potential new investors anyways. And now I got the Flowmatics founders meeting in the background, so it's a bit of a crazy day today. So you guys picked a good day for you to watch what I do in a day of a life. But let's go ahead and continue with the day. Hey, I'm actually gonna take this call outside.
Oh, fun.
It's a beautiful day out today, and I hate being in that square office. I'm not gonna lie, it's just so constricting. I feel like I'm back in the womb. All right guys, so I actually just got off the phone with a couple investors that I met today for the first time. They actually found me through this YouTube channel. And you know, a question I get a lot of times is like, Daniel, where do you find these investors, or how can you get investors to find you? And honestly guys, there's no secret that I have. There's no potion that I drink every morning to magically attract investors. Honestly, it's all about building relationships and branding yourself and creating ways where you can actually have investors come to you. And I'll relate it to this example. So last night I was scrolling through Facebook, through social media, and I saw this young girl who I obviously will not name the name of, and she literally goes, man, like, I'm 25 now, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm gonna speak it into existence. Now, let me share with you why I absolutely hate that. Well, that actually just makes my skin crawl and it just makes me cringe, because a lot of times when entrepreneurs say that, and I know they mean well, they're goal setting guys and there's nothing wrong with it. But when they say stuff like that, their entire business is completely predicated on hitting that goal. Instead of hitting goals, instead of setting goals, I encourage you guys to set standards and expectations. Because guess what? If you have a day where you slack off and you're lazy, you kind of justify it because you're like, oh, as long as I hit that goal by age 30, I should be all right. And then time flies and you're 29 years old and it's like, oh, I didn't hit that goal. And you just get down on yourself. Instead, set standards and expectations that you're going to do every single day, and before you know it, you're gonna hit those goals. And it's the same thing, guys, right? I mean, think about Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. Every single one of those guys had enough money to retire, sit on a beach somewhere, a long time ago. But why do they still work? Why are they still at, Warren Buffett at 90 years old? Why is he still working? Elon Musk, he's worth, $40 billion, I think last time I checked. Why is he still working? Same thing with Jeff Bezos, right? He's one of the richest guys, if not the richest man in the world. Why is he working? Because he loves the process. And like Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, they all love the process as opposed to the result. And when I see stuff like that, like, oh, I can't wait till I'm a millionaire by age 30, that's very end goal-oriented thinking. You can't do that. You have to love the process. Enjoy the now, right? Enjoy doing the stuff. Enjoy, eating ramen noodles and waking up at 7 and just being on the grind. In my opinion, based on my observations, those are the people that really win and succeed. So again, how do I have all these investors call me and build? It's because building relationships with investors is something that I do every single day. Whether it's putting out a newsletter, whether it's reaching out to new people, whether it's posting something on Facebook or online forums, whether it's going to meetups or hosting meetups, whatever it is, I'm doing something to make myself more available to people that are interested in investing in my deals. Do something every single day. That's a standard and expectation I have for myself, and having that I found to be much more successful and more productive and efficient for me.
What does a successful business real estate investor like eat to stay productive?
You know, sometimes you miss in life, you swing, but the racket represents your dreams. And this ball also represents your dreams. And when your dreams and your dreams come together, your dreams become reality, to become your dreams. Don't you ever forget that. Hey, if you remember guys, the last couple of weeks we've been putting out videos, especially my market update video, this organization called Citadel. Now of course, if you guys don't know what Citadel is, it's an organization, it's actually led by my friend Andy and Mackenzie, and it's an organization where we bring young entrepreneurs and business leaders all over the world to help solve the world's biggest problems. And of course, we announced a couple weeks ago in our videos that we're matching up to $10,000 in funds to really get this thing started. And they only need $60,000 to get started. So it's amazing. I have here with me Mackenzie, who's my really good friend, and she's actually the director of Citadel. So if you could give us some updates on what's going on.
I'd love to. Yeah, well, thanks everybody for all of your support. And right now we're about to launch our first group of entrepreneurs. We have 6 people, countries like Ethiopia, Nicaragua, Tanzania, all over the globe that are all working on business-like solutions to education and hunger and employment, and we're excited to support them in the process.
So click on the link in the description below guys, and you'll see all the information and also how you can donate today.